Welcome back everyone. In this video we're going to be replacing the charging port on the 2022 Apollo City. The tools we're going to use in this video are a battery drill with a 4mm bit, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a 4mm Allen key. The first step here will be to remove the kickstand. For that we'll need a 3mm Allen key, and I'm also going to use a battery drill with a 3mm bit. So all we need to do is take the Allen key and start to unscrew the two screws that hold the kickstand in place on either side. That should work. Now I'm going to take the battery drill and remove them completely. That's one and two. So we can now put these items to the side and keep them for later. The next step will be to take our 4mm Allen key and remove all the cover screws holding the plastic cover in place. We'll simply start them off to not strip them with the battery drill. There we go. Now that we have removed all our screws, we can gently pull off the plastic cover and make sure to not pull it off all the way because we have the charging port connector right here. So what we're going to do is take flush cutters to cut the heat shrink around the connector. We want to make sure we don't cut any wires, so we'll have to be very careful. We can now just gently pull the heat shrink off, just like this, and cut the rest. There we go. Now that we have access to our connector, we'll gently pull it out, just like this. Now to remove the charging port, we'll have to take a Phillips head screwdriver and remove the two screws holding the charging port to the deck cover. And then finish unscrewing both screws. That's one. And two. And just like that, our charging port is out. We will keep this deck plate for the other charging port and give this a bit of a wipe. So to reinstall the charging port, we'll take this back plate, put it inside the deck tray and align the holes. The next thing we want to do is insert our charging port where it needs to be, with the latch going up. Once we have that in place, we want to gently pull the latch up and start screwing the charging port into the back plate. Now that that one is threaded in, we can just adjust the charging port accordingly and insert our second screw. We'll torque this one down all the way. We want to make sure we don't over tighten it because this is plastic and we don't want to crack it. So we just want to tighten it enough so it doesn't move. That should do it. As we can see, our charging port is tight. Now before we reconnect the charging port, we'll need to put some heat shrink to seal the connection from any potential water. So we can insert the piece of heat shrink on the charging port, then connect the two connectors. Now if we slide our heat shrink in the middle, we can now take our heat gun and seal it in place. And that should do it. Now that the heat shrink is cooled down, we can put our deck tray back in place. So we just need to make sure we're not pinching any wires on the reinstallation. And we can insert the deck tray just like this. Now we can take our screws and screw in the deck tray. Now when screwing in the deck tray, we want to make sure that the plastic lip is inside of the deck to seal from any potential water coming into the scooter. Now that we have all of our screws in place, we can take our Allen key and make sure they're torqued properly. And that should do it. Now the last thing to do is reinstall our kickstand and we'll be good to go. We'll take our kickstand and screw it back into the first hole. Once we have it in, we can take our second screw and insert it into the second hole. There we go. We can finish the first screw. We'll make sure they're both tight. Perfect. And that's how we replace the charging port on the 2022 Apollo City.